Welkom by nog 'n episode van Kallie maak kennis met. My naam is Kallie. Nou hierdie episode en 'n paar ander is spesifiek toegewy aan die verkiesing van 2024 wat op 29 Mei plaasvind. Nou AfriForum natuurlik staan buite die partytetiek, maar ons beskou dit as belangrik dat ons lede wel stem. En dit is vir ons lekker om te weet dat ons peilings wys dat 94% van AfriForum lede stem wel. So ons moedig julle aan om dit te doen, maar ons sê ook vir mekaar, as iemand slim genoeg is om by AfriForum aan te sluit, dan is jy moes slim genoeg om self te kan besluit vir wie jy moet stem. Daarom probeer ons nie voorskryf nie, maar wat ons wel doen, is ons praat met partyleiers, van die partye wat volgens ons peilings aandui dat AfriForum daar wel AfriForum lede is wat vir hulle gaan stem. En dit sluit op hierdie stadium in natuurlik leiers van die DA, Vryheidsfront Plus, ACDP, maar dan ook ActionSA. Nou ja, ek noem nie ActionSA laaste omdat hulle die minste is nie, maar omdat ek bevoorreg is om saam met my hier in die ateljee te hê, meneer Herman Mashaba, die leier van ActionSA. Mr. Mashaba, welcome to AfriForum TV studios.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much, Kallie, for this opportunity. And yes, good afternoon to your viewers and the followers of AfriForum. Truly and deeply appreciate this opportunity to engage with them.
Yes, and it's of course not your first visit to our offices. For the viewers that might not know, of course you know, AfriForum has an agreement signed with the Tshwane Metro Council, and your party, together with the Freedom Front Plus and the DA, are part of the ruling coalition. So thank you also for that agreement.
Well, let me actually just interrupt you there, Kallie. Remember when I was here last time, about 2 years ago, I visited your technical college, and without any doubt, for us as ActionSA, given the mandate by South Africans, we're going to come knocking at your door to assist us in developing the skills base that this country so desperately needs. So please, I hope you guys are going to open your doors to assist us. I'm sure you are aware South Africa is in short demand supply of qualified people, and you guys have got experience in training the people. I was really very impressed with your training programs, and I think we need hundreds of them throughout the country. And yeah, so I hope if South Africans or when South Africans give us the mandate, our people are going to be coming knocking at your door, asking for your help to hold us by the hand to make sure that we can expand this throughout the country.
No, thank you for that. This program, the idea of it is to give the various parties a platform to tell AfriForum members why they should vote for a specific party. Why do you think should AfriForum members vote for ActionSA?
I think, you know, Kallie, this is obviously, I think vote is it's everyone's personal choice and aspirations and your values. I think for us, coming from a very difficult past since 1994, and then we had a miracle in 1994 of achieving a peaceful transition under Nelson Mandela with Desmond Tutu really aging us, and I think coming from his deeper soul, something that he sold to the world about the Rainbow Nation. Some of us, why we today in politics because we feel betrayed by this current government, that he has into our democracy. We are more divided than we were before 1994. We are more the inequality in this country is worse than what it was before 1994. 54% of our people, they live below the breadline. Our infrastructure is destroyed left, right, and center with absolutely impunity. Look at what happened to Eskom, what happened to our rail network, our ports, everything. It's actually being destroyed. And if there's one South African, and I'm unapologetic about this, is that that message of Nelson Mandela and Desmond Tutu, it's something that if we as South Africans are not going to live by, this country is in big trouble. I think all of us, we are the creation of God. God produced us in his image, in different images, black, white, whatever, male, female, and so forth. Any nation, anywhere in the world that would refuse to coexist in the image of how God created us, that nation will perish. And that's the reason why today, just the illustration of some of the things that I was telling you about, we've got the highest sustainable unemployment rate in the world. We're the mega capital of the world. Genocide is happening here in South Africa. You know, are you aware, you and I, we've got a good chance of being killed here in South Africa than countries at all. Our women in this country, they've got a chance of being raped than anywhere else in the world. Our children, as I'm sitting with you here, having this discussion with you, this government has opened our borders, allowing international drug syndicates to come and destroy the future of our youth, and in the process, destroy our family lives. Human trafficking is the order of the day. And South Africans are aware those are things that, as Herman Mashaba, I'm not one to coexist side by side with criminals and criminality. That's something that I'm committed to. And I'm committed to a non-racial South Africa where the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, adopted in 1996, allows us to coexist in our image. But at the end of the day, in terms of values, let us first be South Africans before you can be Kallie Kriel or you can be Herman Mashaba. Let us first be South Africans. Then you will see the explosion, economic explosion of this country. And this is something that I'm committed to. As you are aware, I started my business career at the age of 22. At the time, under the National Party, where I was not allowed to go into business, but I decided to defy those unfair, unjust system. When the ANC came into power with their tripartite alliance of COSATU and the so-called Communist Party, started with their policies designed to keep black people poor, uneducated, and dependent on the state, I rejected them. I very strongly believe just at the age of 24, I decided to start my own business. And I approached an Afrikaner from Boksburg, Kriel, Johan Kriel.
Yeah.
Perhaps you related to him, I don't know. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Well, if he's clever, I'm definitely not related to him.
You know, if I look at Johan and I in 1984, to agree to go into business together as equal partners, because when I started my business, I invited Johan, invited Joseph Molonto, and invited Walter Dube, who funded us, gave us the 30,000 rands. We each had 25% shareholding in the business. But my commercial relationship with Johan, yes, we did very well together. But if I look at the social impact that we've paid, because Johan came from a very verkrampt kind of background, but he was a very enlightened person. And he fought anyone that would display any sense of racism. And over the years, both his own community and my community, we embraced one another. Because you can understand, there were some black people who did not understand why I invited a white Afrikaner to be a business partner. I don't really look at things from that point of view. I think God has given me the wisdom to look at things from a practical point of view, from a human side of point of view. And I did not care what other people said about having problems with me going into legal partnership with a person of my choice. If I look at what role we've played, it is for that reason I am unapologetic fighting racism, coming from any sector. It is for that reason I'm in politics, to ensure that we can unite this country, because once we are united as one South Africa, without taking anyone's identity, this country, without any doubt, will be the envy of the world. And that is my dream, and that is what I'm asking your members, your followers to say. If you want a great future for your children, vote ActionSA, because it's the party that does not really believe in nonsense called communism, does not believe in government that wants to tell me when to drink water and so on. We want individual freedom to really be respected. We're a party that believes in God. That's why we've made it clear when we take over this government, every day, like when I started school in 1966, every morning, children, when they go to school up to matric, every morning before they go to class, the principal, appointed by us as government, not by unions, and the teachers must go to assembly and go and ask for God's blessing before they start the day. This is who we are. We believe in free market economy. We believe very strongly in the rule of law and individual rights.
No, thank you for that. Just on a lighter note, if you have a partner with the surname of Kriel, you can know you're going to be successful. But no, one of the we actually spoke longer than I initially anticipated. But I think we covered also another question about Herman Mashaba, the person, because people normally see a political figure. But as you've told us, you're also a person that went into business with the product Black Like Me that was hugely successful in the country. So congratulations with that.
Thank you.
Then just the last question. I'm asking the other parties as well, what do they see as their successes over the last 5 years? But of course, you're a young party. This is your first national election, but you have been in local government. So what do you see ActionSA's successes in the recent past?
You know, Kallie, just to give you a sense, when we formed and launched ActionSA on the 29th of August 2020, right in the middle of COVID, so we could not go out and campaign like we do right now. We needed masks and so forth, crowds controlled. Right now we've had, we're now 3.5 years old. We've had an opportunity for the last 2.5 years without COVID. We've set up structures in all 9 provinces. Out of the 5,500 wards in the country, we've already got 52% of the wards where we have branches. And our target is to have 60% by the time we go to the elections at the end of May. And why this is important, Kallie, is because you don't win elections by having this kind of discussions. You need people on the ground going house to house in every village, make sure that you are represented, making sure that people vote. Because the biggest risk to our democratic dispensation is that Black people, when they get disappointed with the political system, they don't vote. They don't realize the power of vote. That is why for us as ActionSA, we spend a big percentage of our budget towards voter education, to go and demonstrate to that gogo or that young person who has been deprived of education, who's been deprived of the future, to show them that on the day of voting, on the 29th, when you go and vote, you can have a president with billions in his bank that we don't know how he acquired it. When you go out and vote, that one vote of yours is equal to this vote of someone who's a billionaire. You can actually, you've got a power to change the government. You've got a power to vote the politicians in, and you have the power to vote them out. And for you to keep on voting the very same people who've deprived you of education, job opportunities, on entrepreneurial opportunities where they've made you open to the hyenas to kill you, our women being raped. Please, we make sure that people go out and vote in their numbers. And we were successful in 2021. Remember, the analysts and the polls didn't actually see us. No poll ever saw us coming. In fact, even right now, we see every Sunday they come out with propaganda of polls. I can tell you, if they thought we surprised them with our performance in 2021, I can tell you this time we're going to do much better. We will emerge as the political party that has got a likelihood to be part of the multi-party charter that we're in partnership with other parties.
Yeah, Herman, thank you very much. It was great having you here. Unfortunately, our time is up. So, but of course, afterwards we can still discuss. But my English vocabulary, I've also used it all up. So, so thank you for visiting.
No, thank you so much. And as AfriForum, keep up the good work. In the event we are successful in unseating this corrupt, uncaring, unpatriotic government, your services as AfriForum, this country really needs and needs desperately.
Yeah, thank you so much. Kykers, daar het julle dit. Maak seker dat julle ook na die ander programme in hierdie reeks kyk. Ons het nou met ActionSA gepraat. Die ander programme is gesprekke met die DA, die Vryheidsfront Plus en die ACDP. Kyk daarna, besluit self vir wie julle wil stem. Maar as ek kan vra, doen moeite om op 29 Mei by die stembus uit te kom. Vra jou familie en vriende om dit ook te doen. Dit is wel belangrik, dis nie die enigste oplossing nie. AfriForum natuurlik werk buite die partypolitiek, wat sê ons moet elke dag die hande wat die Here aan die einde van ons eie arms gegee het, gebruik om self 'n toekoms te bou, maar gebruik ook hierdie hand dan op die 29ste Mei om te gaan stem. Baie dankie, totsiens.